Man, the whole Deion Sanders to Colorado story has been one of the best stories to happen to college football in quite some time. But today on Tater Too Real, I'm going to keep it too real on why I believe Deion Sanders is treating Colorado like Jackson State, and he will become the next head coach at South Carolina. Stay tuned. Man, the whole Deion Sanders to Colorado story is one of the best things to happen to college football. Now, Tater Too Real, what do you mean by that? From a media perspective, every time the media talks about Colorado, they get views, they get ratings on their videos. Also, the University of Colorado experienced, all-time highs in applications, all-time highs in revenue and sales, etc., etc. So this is very good for college football. But guys, I'm here to tell you one thing. Deion Sanders is treating Colorado just like Jackson State. Now, Tater Too Real, what do you mean by that? We all know that Deion Sanders was not going to get a head coaching job at any school in America besides a black college. He had no coaching experience. Yeah, he coached in high school, but at the college level. He had no college or pro coaching experience, but Jackson State was still willing to give them their head coaching job. A, they knew it would draw a lot of attention to the school, and B, they knew that a lot of players would come there because Deion Sanders is the head coach. And Deion Sanders would go on to lead Jackson State to 2 straight Celebration Bowls, which is essentially the Black College National Championship. He lost 2 straight Celebration Bowls, and then Deion Sanders will go on to Colorado, who again, this is why I'm making the Colorado and Jackson State comparison. Colorado was one of the only few teams to even offer Deion Sanders the head coaching job. It was reported that Deion Sanders had offers from South Florida and Colorado. He ultimately chose Colorado because they're going to be in the Power 5. And they probably got a little bit of more money in the budget. But in my honest opinion, Deion Sanders would have done even greater things at South Florida. Being in the state of Florida, Tampa at that, a hotbed for recruiting, he could have done some real work in Florida. But hey, he chose the bigger platform and more money at Colorado. Cannot knock him for that. But guys, let's just be honest about this whole thing. Once his kids leave this season to go to the NFL, once Travis Hunter leave and go to the NFL, what is going to be his motivation on staying at Colorado? He is from the state of Florida, lived in Texas for much of his life, and there is no way in hell that Deion Sanders himself can convince me that he is just so in love with Colorado. I'm not saying that Colorado is a bad state to live in. I'm not saying Colorado is a bad school. But guys, let's just be honest. Deion Sanders is treating Colorado just like Jackson State. Jackson State was the first school to offer him a head coaching job. There was no way in hell he was ever going to be at Jackson State a long period of time. He was only making $300,000 a year. And I'm saying only $300,000 a year because to him, that is not a lot of money. To me, that's a fortune. I would take that all day long. So I don't want to diminish that, but he is using Colorado in a similar fashion because Colorado is providing him the platform. They're providing him the resources, so forth and so on. Last year, they played in the Pac-12. The Pac-12 had 7 or 8 teams ranked at one point last year. And this year, he will be playing in the Big 12. Again, a Power 5 conference. Very competitive teams. You got Utah, Kansas State. Also, you have teams like UCF and Oklahoma State who are all very tough and competitive. So this is not going to be a cakewalk in the Big 12 in my opinion. But all in all, I truly, honestly believe Deion Sanders will become the next head coach at South Carolina. Not Tater Too Real, why do you say that? Let's look at South Carolina for a second. Head coach Shane Beamer is entering year 4 at South Carolina. In his first year at South Carolina, he finished 7-6. Then he will go 8-5. And they're coming off a 5-7 season last year. So let's just get one thing straight. South Carolina is a SEC school, and those type of numbers will not keep you at that job long. So when you step back and look at it, Shane Beamer is 20-18 so far right now at South Carolina. If they do not make a bowl game again this season, he will get fired in my opinion. And then you're going to see Deion Sanders' name come up because you got to remember this as well. South Carolina is an Under Armour school. Deion Sanders is still a client of Under Armour. Even though he's at Colorado and their Nike, so forth and so on, he is still an Under Armour guy. Remember that now. Also, When you look at schools like Texas, Alabama, Georgia, Florida State, Ohio State, they all have their head coach locked up for the foreseeable future. So I don't see Deion Sanders going to any of those type of schools. South Carolina is the only school with a connection with Under Armour in the SEC, in the South, not in the freezing cold Colorado. And also they're coming off a losing season. So there's a real possibility that Deion Sanders will become the next head coach at South Carolina. His kids will be going to the NFL. Travis Hunter will be going to the NFL after this season. His motivation to stay at Colorado will fade away, in my opinion. You're going to see Deion Sanders to South Carolina becoming a real possibility. Just remember, you heard it here first. Now, you guys let me know what you think. Am I wrong? Am I crazy? Or am I right? This is your boy Tater Too Real, where we always keep it too what? Too real. Holla.